Amen. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, Thursday, the end of the week. We're rocking Mars and Venus today. It's gonna be a good time today. Good topic today. Good week today. Another great week of shows. It's debatable that we may be back next week. I think next week is the last week, and then we're gonna take off after next week. So just enjoy it while you can. Next week, and we'll be back at the end of the summer. Spunkle Ace from Morning Emails, the world famous First Family. Also, MOP will be rocking at Rock the Bells, and there's another announcement coming up pretty soon in AC. So I'll let you know about it real soon. Also, get that new Fame joint today, too. Let's get some music going today, all right? Let's get it popping this morning. How y'all feel out there? Let's go, y'all. That's how we get it started. Go to YouTube. They don't stop the music over there. Let's go, y'all. Come on. We'll be back at the end of the summer, though, like in August. Give me a real chance to put my, the studio together. Outside, I have my glasses on. Oh shit! I broke my fucking. Damn you! I like these glasses too. Ah, damn! I like these glasses. I broke them. It's all good. Good morning, y'all. Uncle Shinnerville. Good morning, emails or emails and females. Let's get it popping this morning. Come on now. Let me check and see what's going on there. Let me check YouTube real quick. Hold on now. I'm not in my regular space, so let me see what I can do here. Let me know. Let me know if you hear the music. Hey, Kimberly, could you come in? I just need you to hear. I need you to listen for a second. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. A little bit of yeah, a little bit of yeah. Let me see if I can fix that. Sorry about that. Apologize for the musical issues. Once when I travel, sometimes it's slow, and I nobody's up as early as I need them to be, so I can do a little sound check. So let me just see what I can do here, and I'm gonna restart some of the music. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna redo the music. Yeah, no, I got you. We're gonna fix it. Ba 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 ba. Ba. Yeah. Let me see what I got here. Bang, 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 bang. Good morning, everybody. Technical difficulties. That's why that's why I come on early. Pause. I do it early so that if any technical difficulties happen, it doesn't. Let's try this now. Yeah, you're getting it from my headphones. Now, do you hear it? All right. Let me see if I can fix it. I always have a remedy. Don't worry about it. I got it covered. Don't worry about it. I got a remedy for it. It's all good. It's all good. Uncle Lay's in the building. This is one of the benefits of being a good engineer when shit get when shit get nervous as far as the sound or whatever technical difficulties you can fix it. And I have the answer, and momentarily I have it covered. I got y'all covered. Apologize for the mishaps, and just bear with me for one moment, and I will get that taken care of. Bung bung bung. Yeah, I do need that summer just to get my technical stuff together too, because I'm rebuilding my studio, my broadcast studio. So I'm gonna need the summer to really get that together. Because sometimes when I travel, the it changes, and I've been traveling, so I'm in your neck of the woods, Parks. I don't know where you at today, but I'm in your neck of the woods today. Uh, see how it goes today. Bang. Ain't going to don't eat them Dunkin' Donuts, man. The coffee is. How about now? How's that? Is that better? Y'all still don't hear the music even this way. Wow. Wow. All right. That's telling me that that's not what's going on here. So we got to figure this out here today. All right, I'm gonna restart my computer. I'll see you guys in a minute. We'll restart this thing. Got to do a reset. Sorry about that, guys. Might be the wheel spill. Let's try this again. Uh, yeah. See what's happening. Yeah, I got all that working. Let me see where we are now. Well, we'll see where it is. We'll figure this out. Good morning, everybody. I don't know. I'm back on. I don't know if y'all back on. Uh, let's see where we at today. Oh boy. We'll figure it out. Most incredible girl. Ready? I look at this so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in the row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling in my pride is the one to blame. Yeah. Cause I know I don't understand just how your love can do it, no one else can. Come and look crazy right now. Your love got me looking crazy right now. Come and look crazy right now. Your love got me looking crazy right now. Come and hope you pays me right now. You come and hope you save me right now. Looking so crazy your love. Looking so crazy your love. Yeah, okay. Let me see what we got going on here. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me about the little technical difficulties this morning. Put your hands up in the air. Do it all day, do it all night. Take off all your clothes. Let's go down to my real life crew. Put your hands up in the air. Do it all day, do it all night. Take off all your clothes. Now let's go. You will never find another lover like All right, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the hell happened this morning. We back now. Let's go.
Know you feel me, 'cause what you want they'll never be, you'll never find another like. You will never find another lover like. No, you'll never find another love to make you come when it's done. You'll never find another lover like. Never find. You never try me.
A little sound check, 1, 2. Okay, boom. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. We back. Let's go. Thursday morning, 6:02 in the morning. Let's go, y'all.
Still right by me. Make life be highly spoken of. Only love, only one. You're my wifey. Make my life complete, sweet. But you know when the flip is street freak. Only when it comes to me, see,
Yeah, the
that's
baby
why
all work.
you're my wife. Didn't know.
Obviously, the baby all worked for some people. Some people it didn't work so well. Did y'all watch the Cameron thing when Cameron was talking to the... First of all, I get leery of dudes with no mustache, right? I get leery of dudes.
That's when you caught my eye.
What's the dude named? The Punisher, whatever his name is. He was on It Is What It Is with Cameron. They mad at Cam for asking him how was the joint, you know, on Homegirl. But when the dude was looking, I was like, the dude ain't got no mustache. I get leery of dudes with no mustache.
Thing about you, it's everything. You are mine.
Still right by me. Make life be highly
Spoken of, only love, only one.
You're my wifey. Make my life complete.
Thank you.
You know when the flip is street free.
Yeah.
Only when it comes to me,
Wifey.
that's why you're my wifey. You know you're sexy too.
All right, we better now. Let's go,
I
y'all.
like your attitude. I ain't even mad at
Let's go, y'all. Unction to build in the morning. Emails, all your mails are free. Let's get it poppin'. Come on now.
Either braids or weave, skirt or jeans, you're still my queen.
Go to YouTube where it's at.
Baby
Let's
girl,
go.
do your thing. I'm so glad you're mine.
She's too hot.
Thank you for being with me, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it started. Yo, B, how was the... I was like, yo, man. You know, maybe that's the strategy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, I'm going to be so wild that they're going to have to take, Paul, they're going to have to take the show no matter what. And the wildness will bake itself in. You never know.
Put on my best.
Can't believe that she say yes.
She's impressed. This could be the start of my happiness. She's so fly.
I do have a on Mars and Venus today. I do have
Don't even bother. But the way she fills out her pants. Thank you, no to her father.
Hey yo, Free, what up, Free? Let's go, come on.
She's too hot.
I do have a concept, I do have a belief that a new concept of Mars and Venus as to what's going on in relationships. So today's subject is gonna be, are we too programmed by the algorithm so that we actually fall victim to it? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. They wild over there. I mean, what's even more interesting about the Trump shit is, man, Elon Musk getting high as a motherfucker, high as Cooter Brown, man. That dude is something else. cocaine, hell of a drug. That's all I can tell you. That cocaine, hell of a drug, or whatever else he taking. This nigga coming in with black eyes and everything.
Just like music.
Make me call my homie on the phone like there's something new out that got me in the zone. Just that feeling got me. I wish music can adopt me.
Just like music.
It's the music.
I'm telling you, man, they be doing sucker shit. I'm telling you, man. Them dudes, what they do is they put it in the ice. Sucker shit, man. I know what's up with y'all niggas.
Put me in the mood with my woman.
I'm on to you, bastards. I'm on to you, bastards.
Hey, Dad, it's Dolly.
Good morning, let's go, y'all. Come on. How y'all feel out there this morning?
For the last time, baby. Wanna cherish each moment like the last. Cause baby, all about us. So just in case.
Let's go get them this morning. We back. Let's go. Come on.
Think of how we made love almost anywhere. Haven't I taken you?
I'm on to you, bastard.
Almost everywhere. Think of all the things that we shared in the night. Me not there. Oh, you more careless than the baby.
Come on.
Baby, shit, I got, you can have it. Baby, I'll do magic. I'll do all I can to keep you satisfied. So just in case I don't make it home tonight, baby. Just in case I don't make it home tonight. Oh, baby, to you for the last time, baby. Makes me love tonight. Like the last, cause baby, all about us. So just in case. So just in case I don't make it home tonight. Just in case. Just in case, just in case. Like the last, cause baby, all about us. So just in case.
Good morning. Let's go, y'all. I need my music to get me popping. Come on now. Ah, there we go. Let's go get them, y'all. Come on.
I can see you over there, just chilling with your girlfriends. Can't believe you're by yourself. You should be here with me, chilling with me, drinking with me, freaking with me. Oh, 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 yeah.
Looking at me, I can tell by your eyes that you're feeling me. And I really want you to get close to me. So what you dance with me?
I see my drop tops in the parking lot, and I wanna take you back to my spot, baby.
We back. Let's go, y'all.
I can see it in your eyes that you're looking at the time. You wanna leave this party, and I know you wanna leave with me. To chill with me.
Good morning,
To
Reginald.
drink with me.
Yeah, man, you know.
To freak with me. Oh, baby.
It comes out that you can see the sucker shit. Like, you know, when you hear the stuff coming out in the trial and then you start to put a lot of two and two together, it kind of, you know, makes sense. All the niggas using IVs and all that shit. Come on, man.
$100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up. You got a $20 bill, get your hands up. You got a $10 bill, get your hands up. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make up.
For me, it didn't hurt me. You know, what it did, it helped me. It made me get more focused. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Because I'm mentally strong. You know, a lot of dudes ain't mentally strong, right? So a lot of times they get into some shit and they're not mentally capable of handling adversity. You know what I'm saying? Adversity's been a part of my life. So it didn't hurt me. It actually did me a favor. Salute.
Can't hear y'all.
Good morning.
What's your zodiac sign? What? What's your zodiac sign? I can't hear y'all. What's your zodiac sign? Out. If you got more hair, get your hands up.
R.I.P. Fat Man Scoop. What up? R.I.P. What a great dude, huh?
If you got short hair, make noise. If you got more hair on your head, ladies. If you got more hair on your head, if you got more hair on your head, from your ear to your sleeve, you gotta
You gotta keep that adversity. You gotta be able to overcome the adversity. So without it, you don't build up that muscle. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to admit you wanna play.
Pressure bust pipes to make diamonds. Them on the emails, all you males and females. This is what we talking about. Let's go, y'all. I'm to the building. Let's get it poppin'.
Got time, but I don't mind. Just wanna rock you, girl. I'll have whatever you have. Come on, let's give it a whirl.
And the day will come where all sucker shit will be exposed. Sucker shit.
So go ahead, girl, just do that shaking thing you do. So you grab your girls and you grab a couple more, and you all can meet me in the middle of a cross. So the air is thick, it's smelling right. So you pass to the left, and you sail to the right. Be so quick to walk away. Dance with me, I wanna rock your body. Please stay.
So I got a new concept this morning about Mars and Venus. I want y'all to know. As I'm thinking about Mars and Venus, there's something about it that I'm going to introduce today. A whole new idea. And Reggie, if you want to come in, or Parks, you want to come in on Mars and Venus today?
You can move, but be calm. Let's go, let's give it a whirl. See,
But I definitely have another way of looking at things.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. Pull you close and share my groove.
Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night.
Shout out to DJ Cassidy.
On and on.
We're going to rock with him in August 17th at the Hard Rock down in Atlantic City. He'll announce that today. Let's go, y'all. Unction the building. Let's get it popping. Come on. So we got the 28th of June. The 20th of June at the Prudential Center, and then we got the 100 miles later, we got the at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, the world famous, along with DJ Cass, will be rocking. It's gonna be a great show. That's August 17th. Let's go, y'all. Up here, come on.
Everybody, move your body. Now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song.
Maybe I get Kimmy to come up for that. That's halfway to Kimmy. Teach you how to play craps.
Friday night and the weekend's here. I need to unwind. Where's the party? Mr. DJ, I am ready to call my friends so we can all get down. Where's the party? Hey,
Dr. Allison, I love you, sis.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
You know I'm with you. You know that.
Everybody's ready to party.
I've been paying attention.
All night. All the girls are ready, so we can all get to it. Then party till the break of dawn. Everybody, move your body. Now do it. Here's something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song all night. On and on and on. Everybody, move your body. Now do it.
How dope was John A?
Shout
out to Renee from John A. Good people.
Hey DJ, keep playing that song.
DJ Cool and just get fresh. Rock it to the beat, 'cause we are
Where you at, Kim?
Sunday fresh and Vince Marquis. 1, 2, 3, come on. 1, 2, 3, come on. 1, 2,
Let's go get 'em.
We got that J. Cool and Duck Get Fresh. Rock it to the beat, cause we are the best. We got Dougie Fresh and Biz Marquee. Rock it to the beat and the place to be. We got Biz Marquee and DJ 20. So hit me with the horns and make that money.
Good morning, everybody. Unction in the building. The morning emails, all you males and females. Mars and Venus today. Let's get it poppin'. Good morning.
Jump, 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 jump. Everybody jump, 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 jump. Come on, listen. Some of y'all know how to do this. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all might be with this. Some of y'all won't, but listen. Let me clear my throat. Let's go, y'all. Oh, say what? Have us, baby.
I know you don't mind.
Let me clear my throat.
Come on now.
Going out to everybody across the nation. And they gonna know something like this here. Now all the way live from New York City.
Uncle.
Mr. Bismarck, grab him, I can get busy.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
You know that I can do it with the mic in my hand. You remember that? Oh, 1, 2, yo, that is fact. Tick-tock, tick-tock, do-the-da. No matter what I say, it always come on fire.
What up, Kim?
What up, man? I'm all shook up.
Good morning, Kim. How you feeling? Thursday, end of the week. We rocking. I tell you, at the DJ Cassidy show, we're gonna be in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock.
Me too.
So you're gonna come in. I'm gonna teach you how to play craps. All right. We're gonna start the low limit table. I ain't gonna mess around with you.
What up? Say what, say what, say what?
It's Dolly. Congratulations on your show. It'll be too rough on them. Love you and good luck. Bye.
Wow.
Welcome to the Raw Perspective.
That music was so good today. I really wanted to rock the whole set this morning.
AKA Laze Elliott, AKA Lazy Laze from the world famous, kicking it with you in topics about health, politics, music, art, culture, and now for your host, the legendary Uncle Laze.
Hey yo, what up, y'all? Good morning, Unction in the building. The morning emails. Pardon me for all the squeaking and all that. So obviously, I'm not in my normal set today. I had to do an impromptu out of town set because I'm traveling, but I'm good. Good morning, Kimberly. The beautiful.
What up, ladies? Good morning.
Kimberly Robinson. How's your weekend going, my dear?
Well, I hear an echo.
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna fix that. I'm telling you, I had a lot of technical difficulties this morning.
I mean, you know, you're a jetter, so sometimes things will kind of, pop off.
Echo's gone now, right?
Yes.
Well, like I move around, but I mean, obviously, my dedication to the morning emails, we got to get it done, and we're gonna get it done because
let's get it done.
It's information that needs to be out there, so we want to make sure we get that information and inspiration out there constantly every day. So today we got Mars and Venus. Oh man, I'm excited about this. But you know what? There's two things that I've been. First of all, two things have been bugging me out. I'm gonna be honest with you. One is Elon Musk. I am fascinated by Elon Musk. I have stopped following, and also this guy that Ticket. What's the guy that does the Puffy trial? The brother.
Oh God.
Ticket, whatever his name is.
Oh, see, I watch different things. I don't watch just one, but I think it's Ticket TV.
Ticket, yeah. If that guy does not like, I can tell you,
he doesn't like Pook.
He do not like Pookie.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what did he do to you, Mr. Ticket? What did Pookie do to you, Ticket? Because
maybe he wasn't invited to the freak off. I mean, that seems to be where all of the people wanted to be.
If did he get, because now they're talking about there being a hung jury or a mistrial or whatever. If there's a mistrial and hung jury, this boy gonna lose his goddamn mind.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. Tisa tells. Now I like Tisa, but Tisa is gonna lose her mind too.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's quite. And this is why I only listen to the reporting where everyone's biased. No one really cares.
Right.
Yeah, so
Unbiased, you mean? Unbiased, you mean?
unbiased. Yes.
That
So,
one, I'm saying that motherfucker is. I ain't never seen anybody hate a man. Just hey, listen. I don't have hatred for this brother. I don't know the man. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I've known him back in the days, from the dancing days. Like he was a good dude. I knew him from back then, and then I'm able to watch his career because I knew him and Biggie. He had the cabriolet. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, Lage, you know. So I've always been able to respect the accomplishments. Now, all the wacky shit behind the scenes, I didn't really know about because I wasn't really down for that shit. But even now, I have a judgment. You know, I'm like, my judgment is like, damn, if he did that to homegirl,
Yeah.
up, and I'm not dissing the homegirl, but for that happened. I'm like, yo, man, you the elder statesman, man. You should be a little bit more on point with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
But I didn't really know the nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? I knew City College. I spoke to him after City College. I was like, man, tell me what happened, blah, blah, blah. I had lost some friends there. But this nigga hates him. I mean, Jesus. If they mistrial this because they're like, yo, there's somebody that hates him so bad, like everything. Like I think he gonna lose it. If this dude might do it himself. If
Yo, damn. Damn.
This dude may do it himself. And then I'm fascinated by Cameron.
Oh God.
I am.
Cam is on a cancel. He's on the cancel thing now.
I never see the dude.
All the women in the world.
He's trying to cancel this shit. I'm saying, yo, I in my mind, I'm going, he must have gotten the bag and like, fuck this. I don't really want to deal with this bullshit no more. I'm just going. He was on there talking to the dude, talking about, excuse my language, God. Yo, B, you know what I'm saying? So tell us, how was the puss? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, Cam.
And then the Punisher gave a scenario, walked us through it,
Well, first of all, let me just say this to you. That story is hilarious, right? But let me just say this to you. I am suspect of dudes without a mustache. When I see a black man without a mustache, it just totally just bugs me out.
Yo, maybe listen. I have a theory about that.
What's that?
He had to get all that stuff from around there.
Detox.
Just to detox it.
I mean, it should be detoxed by now. That's 2012.
Hey, after hearing it again, you don't think you might want to try one more time?
So you want to clean the bus off your lip, right?
Yeah.
See, I ain't worried about getting. I'll give a fuck. If I fuck, why fuck? Cancel me. Fuck it. That's just me. But I think my man Cam. What's going on with you? You've been coughing and sneezing all week. You all right?
Allergies.
I'm watching you. I got my eye on your ass. Big, get that plum out you. Fucking goddamn plum. Get your health right. clean the
Listen. Also,
I'm gonna send you a rabbit. I'm gonna send you a goddamn rabbit. Though I'm gonna send you a rabbit over there. Get you. You need that. Get that out.
Let it build up.
Boom! Fucking explosion. Did somebody light a nuclear bomb over at Kim's?
You gonna know. Yeah, allergies, man.
Yo, Killer, I just think that the Punisher, I remember him. How you pause? How you remember the Punisher, B? Well, I was looking in Puff Crib and he had this little mustache tweezers. Oh, that's how you know the Punisher. Well,
no, he saw him at the run.
Mason to tell the stories, man. Mason, you know what time it is.
Yeah, he does.
You know what it is, nigga. Tell it. It is what it is. Hey, the basketball about to be over, so sports is gonna get real boring,
real dull.
You're gonna have to start telling some stories, nigga.
Unless they could find a great way to bring in baseball.
Baseball. Yeah, I can't even watch it. I can't fucking watch it.
But they did find a way to bring baseball into it, you know? They said
Baseball is like Dominican turkeys. Niggas look like turkeys. You know how to stuff up turkeys and put them in a sock? That's what a baseball player look like now. Dominican nigga stuffed in a sock. Fucking baseball. Visible.
and you know, well,
You got a $75 trillion contract, but you only get $30 out of that shit. They get $30 out that shit.
well, you know,
WNBA.
Cameron.
Hold on, hold on. Troy, I love you. Ain't nobody watching the WNBA. What is that about?
We are watching it.
Big scary bros. Leave me alone.
We watching it.
Scary shit. It's like watching female boxing. You see your girl, what's the name, girlfriend get punched in the face. I don't want to see the chick get punched all in the
Ain't nobody punching. Well, they might get her, but you know.
No, I saw her. She got
in
knocked
the end.
I saw her get knocked down.
Oh,
chick, boom, hit her, boom.
Oh,
that shit is female.
And then Pat was like, "Yo, get up, son.
Nah,
get up.
Pat wasn't
Get up, Liz."
But let me, out of respectfully, Pat is actually a pretty good boxer himself.
Oh,
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anthony goes, here we go. you know, listen. Listen, yesterday was such a nice show. Gotta fucking turn up today. Hold on, we get Instagram up in this motherfucker.
Oh, you still Instagram?
I thought you was gonna remind me. I had technical difficulties. Your ass should be up with me in the morning, helping me do some technical shit.
Oh God, Lays, please don't ever wake me up at 4.
You know what I'm saying? At least be
but
there.
If you need me, wake me up.
Leaving me out here trying to do this shit by my goddamn self.
You're like, what? Y'all can't. What?
I don't hear nothing. Sleep. I don't hear nothing. I think your tweeters are not working. Sound like Rock. Rock used to leave me to. I don't know, baby. Nigga, ain't you here, nigga? Leave me stranded and shit. Fucking. Hi,
hey.
Instagram is in.
Hi, Instagram.
It's crazy.
I'm not gonna let Lays forget you guys anymore. Let's go, Instagram.
Shit's crazy, man. Do we have is Instagram in? I just want to make.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I gotta.
But Lays.
Yes, go ahead. Talk.
Let me tell you that Cam asked if there's gonna be a boycott for the Yankee Fitteds now, because that's how Pookie was getting down in the corner with the fitted on.
I don't think so. First of all, you can't disrespect the fitted. That's the Blue Yankee. New York. All up in New York.
Yeah. He said, are we now discarding the Yankee fitted and maybe replacing it with the Mets? And then everybody was like, nah.
We ain't doing that.
Nah. But CC Sabathia popped in on the chat and was like, yo, bro, what we got to do with this?
Yeah, you know what? Let me just...
CC's a big sausage. Let's go, CC.
All right, anyway, connect streaming software to go live. Boom. I'm telling you, man, this pewter of mine is giving me all kinds of problems. There you go. We good. All right, there you go. We in. All right, thank you, Instagram. We here now.
Hi, Instagram.
So yesterday, the show was so positive with the Africa talk and all that shit. Baseball have been very, very good to me. It's never, especially on an account. Oh yeah, not a Mount, because Diddy's a Mount, Pookie's a Mount Vernon dude anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and everybody kept screaming Harlem. I was like, I thought he was from Westchester County.
Shout out to Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is the
Money earning
is the most gangster 4 miles. It's only 2 good blocks in like there's 2 really nice blocks in Mount Vernon. The rest of that shit is Jamaican or gangster.
I haven't been there in so long.
You know, Jamaicans, hardworking Jamaicans don't give a fuck where they live at. Yeah, man, you have to go to work, man. Nigga walk right through the crack house. Nigga walk right through the crack house and fix the sink in the crack house. Yo, hold on, man. Trevor, can you come here, man? Yeah, man. Come on, man. Okay, I'll fix that. Nigga say he gonna fix the sink and the car in one day.
Damn.
Fix everything.
That's my kind of man.
And the sink, the Jamaican man will fix it. He'll plaster Paris, the hole in the walls. You know how the drug dealers be shooting up the walls in the projects. I almost shot myself. My dumb ass selling guns, stupid ass back in the day. I was a kid. I had AK. I was like, why we file a tip down here on this AK-40? I was in the military. I know never to put I'm doing like this. I'm going, bang! There's a hole this size of the wall. My cousin was like, nigga, what are you doing? I don't know what the fuck I was doing back then. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know how I'm still here. That's why. I don't even know. All the crazy shit I used to, I don't know how the fuck I'm still here. But anyway, Cam is fucking, I love that guy, man. Pause. I love him. That guy is the best, man. He don't give
Women were so upset.
Oh, listen, y'all get upset about anything. There's nothing. God is great, man. There's nothing that I can listen. You think men don't really know why women are upset. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't know. I don't know what y'all mad about. I have no idea. I be walking this shit. I be like, oh, okay. But then you get defensive because you're like, motherfuckers barking on you. You don't even know why they're getting barked on. Oh shit! What, nigga? What? Doing the Floyd shit. I got the fucking shoulder up. Blocking blows with my shoulder and shit. What the fuck happened again? Hold on, I ain't no sucker.
Yes, you are. You see how I threw that in there? Yes, you are.
Yes, you are, sucker. Okay. But I do have a so today we got Mars and Venus, and there's a lot of stuff that we need to tap into. But I actually have an understanding, and I've been saving this for you, Kim, because me and Kim game film sometimes. But I was saving this because I understand the problems with women and men over 40 and why there is a disparaging in relationships between women and men over 40. Now, even the OG may not even see this one coming. You see that? Even the OG may not understand this one. I'm going to give y'all some new information to make y'all understand why there's such a disparaging issue between men and women. Now, the frontal lobe issue is the algorithm drawing a wedge between black men and women, just like it drew a wedge between the East Coast, West Coast, and it draws wedges by using programming and algorithm. That's the simple question. But I do have a subtextual answer that may be of interest. Okay, so let's go to blackfacts.com real quick before we get started, and then I'm gonna get to that. All right, hold on, Kimmy. And Coco, if you're in today, I would love for you to come in because I want to blow Coco's mind. All right. June 5th, 1940, American Negro Theater was formed.
Hey.
Yeah. I got some friends.
Black cinema.
Yes. It was an African American theater company that was active in Harlem District in New York City from 1940 to 1951. The American Negro Theater. When it was cool to be called a Negro, too. It provided professional training and critical exposure to African-American actors, actresses, and playwrights by creating and producing plays concerning diverse aspects of African-American life. Hey.
Just looking out of the window.
It established by two African-Americans, the playwright Abram Hill and actor O'Neill. Initially, the ANT held its performances in the basements of the Abyssinian Baptist Church, 135th Street Library. Harlem. What up, Harlem? The music is good this morning. all that whole set. Soon after its founding, the A&T won attention, praise for its first major production and staging of Hills on Strivers Row between 1940 and 1949. The A&T produced a total of 19 plays, which were based on original scripts. There you go. The American Negro Theater. Well-known actors and actresses who worked with the A&T in some cases started their career, including Ruby Dee, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, Clarence Taylor, among others. I even heard Denzel Washington was in there.
Hey.
For more Black Facts, blackfacts.com. Let history be no mystery. And Lena Horne and other people that were there. But the A&T. There you go.
Hey, Lays, can I throw something in Black history?
Yes.
I'd also like to say happy early birthday to my friend and longtime friend and longtime client, living legend, Marion Edelman, Wright Edelman. She was one of the first Black lawyers in the country, coming out of South Carolina. She got her first law degree in Mississippi. She also walked with not the Freedom Riders, but the March on Washington. She was one of Martin Luther King's lawyers. Nice. She started Head Start. She's been my client for 25 years.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
She was one of Martin Luther King's lawyers?
Yeah.
How old is she?
During the
she's 1,000 years old. Like how old?
Well, Mrs. Edelman is she'll be 85, I believe, tomorrow.
Hey, come on now. Come on.
Yeah. So she was also down with Jesse, Ralph Abernathy, all the rest of them. This is how I met Merle Eggers, Megger's wife. Wow, she started the Children's Defense Fund. Ms. Marion Wright Edelman, she's an awesome woman. She's retired now. She's living at home peacefully with her husband and her grandchildren and stuff. So shout out to Mrs. Edelman. I miss her. I love her.
85 years young. How about that? Ain't that
Yes.
85 years young? There you go.
He's been my client like 25 years.
That is so dope. Speaking of old stuff, crazy stuff, old crazy stuff. Did you see the thing with Nixon and Reagan calling black people monkeys?
Oh my God!
Did you see that one?
I did not.
They were talking about when China was, which leads from our conversation yesterday, when China got the People's Republic of China got initiated into the United Nations in the early 70s. The African people were celebrating for China. And then Ronald Reagan was on the phone talking to Nixon. He was like, "Did you see those monkeys?" And then Nixon started calling them cannibals. And then his man started, I'm just saying, motherfuckers were so like, what do you call oh my God. I'm like, nigga, how many times am I going to say they're not your friends, B?
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is, why would they be shocked and awed at Reagan and Nixon? They were proven racist. Like, we knew this.
They're not your friends, B. They're not your friends, okay? They're not your friends, okay? They're not your friends, okay? Just understand, all right? Stop being surprised. Can you stop being surprised? They're not your friends. You know what? Yeah, fuck that, Cameron. Get at him. Fuck it. Go.
Right. You ain't getting that Disney contract.
Fuck that
shit. Disney just laid off 1,000 people. You're not getting a contract.
Disney ain't got no money. The Marvel movies is flopping left and right.
We're living in a Marvel movie.
As my man Gooch Elliott says, truth is more entertaining than fiction.
Hey, let's go, Gooch.
Ain't nobody watching the Marvel movies no more. Marvel, thank God, Marvel has went back into comic book lore where only comic book heads is watching this shit now. And they mad at them because they whack. They're not even comic books. The comic books are better, to be honest with you. Nobody's excited about that Marvel shit. Disney brought a brick. After Iron Man knocked himself off in Endgame, it was over. All the rest of that shit is over. Maybe you might slip.
I don't like how the Hulk. I don't like how they did his character.
Yeah, the Hulk was supposed to be crazy, man. The How you gonna play the Hulk getting his ass whooped like that? You can't have the Hulk getting his ass.
He's supposed to get madder and madder and madder. What?
Yeah. You know, Troy said he watched documentaries. All right. Anyway, so Mars Venus today. The question is, let me put the link in the chat for anybody who wants to come in and talk on the subject Mars and Venus. Reginald Maynard, we are invited. OG into it. Miss Face, good morning, Miss Face. Mars and Venus. Why has the algorithm drawn a rift between men and women and Mars and Venus? Now, let me give you my synopsis, all right? And I want you to understand why I think Mars and Venus. I got to remember who Miss Face is. Shout out to Miss Face. Thank you for coming in.
I wonder if Miss Face is my sister because she's married to Face.
No. That's one of my OSG family.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't remember her handle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see the picture to know who she is. But she's somebody that I know. You know what I'm saying? Very close. Let me just say this to you. I believe now, yes, the algorithm is separating men and women, right? Black men and women. We are in our own bunkers. Men feel this way, women feel this way, and we spend a lot of time throwing bombs at each other, right? Hold on, the music is so loud today. It's banging though.
Hey, let's go.
Wow, the music is banging. Well, let me add something to it. Oh, there you go. Harlem. There you go. That's who Miss Face is. What up, man? That's my girl.
Hey, what's up, Miss Face?
There you go. We'll use her. I have a different. I know her other name, but this is the name.
My sister will be like, "Who's out there saying they're Miss Face?"
There's more than one Miss Face. Yeah. Anyway, so let me tell you what I think of this. And y'all tell me if you disagree. After childbearing years, and a lot because we're living longer and we're much more younger and more vibrant at an older age. After childbearing years, the relationships are going to be different with men and women because we're not getting together to make children.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting together. Think about what I'm saying to you. We're getting together just to become almost like companions as we get older, right?
Yes.
But we sometimes forget, so we start using the same relationship tactics that we did when we were trying to get married and have children. But as we get older, the purpose of us getting together as we get older, like when you get with whoever you getting with, y'all not trying to have no kids.
Right.
Y'all trying to have a good relationship to move forward. But because we have the programming that relationships are to be married and have children and raise a family, which is our initial 200,000-year-old programming, we believe that we have to keep that same energy. I believe that if we're going to get together, we need to utilize that understanding that our purpose together is to be harmonious together and not for the purpose anymore of raising children, because a lot of our children are already grown or on their way out.
Yes. I like that, ladies.
You like that? You like that?
I mean, it's the absolute truth. I mean, you can, now that you say it out loud, you can see it. You know, the majority of us on this show, you know, we're not having babies anymore.
Right.
So
hip hop is 50 years old.
Yes.
The people that are big fans of what we call classic hip hop are kind of past the childbearing years, and not just on the show, but in the world. Like think about, you know, people who watch the sports, or the people that watch the Corey Holcombs, the people that understand the Diddy trial, the people that are in all of the Pookie trial, the people that are in this age group. We're not in the space where we're bearing or raising kids. It's even weird if a man of 55 years old is having a baby with someone, because they're looking at you like, oh, that's crazy. He got a baby with a 25-year-old.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, you're looking at it like it's crazy. But we go into the relationship using them same tactics that we did, as opposed to recognizing that the purpose of this relationship is to make the rest of the ride a companion-filled, easy ride.
Yes.
We make the shit so tough because we are thinking about family building, which is a more critical reality. There you go. How about that?
Come on.
I'm
Come
saying
on now.
I can do stuff.
Come on now.
Not like everybody.
Professor.
Shut.
Professor Ladies.
Yeah. How y'all like that? You like that?
What up, Coco?
You like that? What up, Coco? Come on in, Coco. Mars and Venus today. So that's the sub question to the main question. Is the algorithm tearing us apart? And I think it's working against us because we're not keeping in the mindset that our personal happiness at 40 and 50 years old is more important than the pressure of family building. Because at this point, at 40 years old, we should be past that. Our kids should be almost on their way out the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We just
coming. Ladies, I find that some of the ladies I know that are now becoming empty nesters.
Right.
Well, not my age, just women I know that are now empty nesters. They don't know what to do with themselves because they don't know who they are without the children around. Right. So their only outlook at things is that I'm a mother. No, well, first you're a woman. Your children are now moving out. Learning who they are, and now you have to know who you are. Men are the same.
Yeah, men are the same. Well, because men are basically providers, right?
Yeah.
So they feel without that task of having to provide and all the things they have to do for and sacrifice for their families, they start to figure out, what am I going to do, and trying to figure it out. I do believe that men in this day and age can now find other ways to, and as opposed to throwing shots at the women for not being, because you like, in other words, let's use you and me for example. I'm not looking at you the same way I would look at you if we're in childbearing years. I'm not going, yo, Kim, she get on my whatever, blah, 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 because it's different. Also, you're not looking at me the same way either. You're not saying, I'm trying to, because the gravity of children is so heavy. It affects, when you have children affect everything in your life. Every decision you make, every move you make, every thought you make is affected by children. But we disregard it, right? Because they're there, right? We say, well, no, it's okay. She should accept my children, or he should accept my children, as if it's granted, without understanding the effect, the gravitational pull that children have on relationships. Which is a very, listen, am I going too fast?
Hey, you're good. You're good.
I just want to keep everybody.
Let's get it, ladies. Let's go, Professor.
No.
But I do understand what you're saying. I mean, the whole dynamic after children, after you become an empty nester, is different, and we don't see that. Well, I will say this. I grew up without having children, so my outlook on things were a lot different. So that now, listen, I was the one that say, hey, come on, girl, let's get up. Let's go to Jamaica. And she says, girl, the kids are in school. And I'm like, oh, damn, I forgot.
If chime in if there's a woman that has children and kind of understands that. But I'm going to talk to the fellas for a second. And also the question is, do you believe that we're being programmed by the original question was, are we being programmed by the internet and by nefarious forces in order to make sure that we kind of slam ourselves and continue fighting against each other? That's another thing. Are we in control of that? Let me get my man D Parks on the phone. Reginald, OG, are you going to come in on the site, or are you going to come in on the phone? I just want to know about the OG. Parks, yo. What up, Parks?
What up?
They don't want me to call them gorgeous.
No,
don't call us good.
I'm not going to call a man gorgeous.
There you go.
Men are not gorgeous. Women are gorgeous.
Go
Damn it, Parks.
Yeah. Question, Park. Did you hear my question in today's topic on Mars and Venus today?
Vaguely. I remember from the other day you mentioned the algorithms, right?
Right. Let's go to the main questions, and I don't want to get to the subtext, but let's go to the main question, because this is something that. Okay, I'm going to text. Here's the link, OG, and Coco, come into the link too, because I definitely want to get some feedback on this. Do you believe the algorithm is pitting us against each other?
Dude, the algorithms were there before the computers was there. It's always been an algorithm.
Right. Okay, so Parks is saying the algorithm has been there before the computers.
I can understand it, but I can't understand it because I only know algorithm with the computer. So,
Well, the mental programming that was done subliminally through TV shows.
okay, sorry. Yes.
You know, through speech, through actions, through coercion, through fear.
Yes.
They promote it like a street team. You know what I'm saying? They're promoting.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're promoting us against them. Mars versus Venus as opposed to Mars and Venus.
And yeah.
You know, that's what they're promoting. And in this case, we find that now on the internet. You can go anywhere on any site and you find men and women, first of all, looking at it as a totality of men and women, where they're saying, hey, man, this is how all women are or how all men are. And so we create these defensive mechanisms in order to combat that. And then when we get indicted or we feel, men, this is the thing what men do. When men feel like somebody's indicting them, we get a little defensive and we take it personal because it's like, you know, like think about it from this perspective. As a black person, as a black man, black men have been falsely accused of shit for centuries. It's our DNA. When you accuse us of some shit, we immediately get defensive. Like, what the fuck you talking about? We can't help but not get defensive. We like, yo, because at the end of the day, we were getting blamed for shit that we didn't even do. You know what I'm saying? We would get blamed for shit for hundreds of years of shit that we didn't do as black people. And so now when you call us, yo, he did that, especially when it comes from somebody as close to us as our women, we immediately be like, yo, what are you saying? That wasn't. So we end up trying to defend ourselves, our ego, defending our honor, defending our situation. You know, it's the indictment of black men, which we find going on. And women have the same problem. Women's indictment for black men a lot of time is their sexual promiscuity, all these other things. And we end up indicting our sisters as well. So we got to find ways to not do that, to not do that. Yeah. Good morning, Reginald Maynard. Hey, yo, Park. So the other question I had, the other subtext I had to the question, let me just, was good morning, OG. Was that I believed that good morning. Since we're not of childbearing years, the approach should be different. What ends up happening is we approach relationships like we're gonna have babies and raise kids. As opposed to understanding at this stage of your life, you shouldn't be approaching it like that. So how do we change that paradigm of approaching it like, oh, all of a sudden, like, all right, Kim, we getting together, but we're not having no kids. So your approach to relationship should be different. You understand what I'm saying when I say that, Park?
Yeah, it has to be intentional, purposeful.
It has to be intentional and understanding, and it's not really about having or raising kids. It's about harmoniously going into the next phase of your life and companionship. All right, Parks. Well, go back to. First of all, I'm in your town, Parks. So go back to. I'll talk to you later.
Oh,
yeah.
I get off at 3. I hit you up.
Okay, all right, cool. D Parks, everybody.
All right, Parks.
Good morning, Parks. All right, Parks.
So, OG.
Yes, sir.
Here's where.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You sound great. Here's where I got.
Okay.
It's good to have you on here. Because sometimes when I'm on these situations, it seems like I'm mansplaining. And the OG knows how to make it a little more palatable. Because I'd be like, yo, fuck that. This is how it
is. Yeah, I put a little smooth on it. But hey, man, you know what? But you bring the real. And see, that's where we got to start. We got to start with the real. Because and the thing about the algorithms, I 100% agree with you. Because, you know, all you gotta do is click on some one thing that's got a negative connotation, and all of a sudden you're bombarded by it. And now in the advent of AI, voice cloning, you don't know what's real, what's Memorex, what's AI, and it's dangerous because the people that are sending this out are not us. It's not black man against black woman.
Right.
It's those folks in the middle who want us to be separated. And they keep the narrative going, and all they got and see, we're so clickbait heavy. I mean, boy, we would grab on the clickbait and then join the cancel culture regime, and we don't even know the facts.
Well, all it's got to do
We
is
don't
just
even know the facts.
align with our underlining thoughts a little bit, and then we go, yeah, exactly, we agree with it. So now I'm even starting to be a little more suspect of it. Even that guy, what's the man name yesterday we talked about? Ibrahim
Traoré.
Yeah, Traoré.
I'm finding that some of his speeches were AI generated. In other words,
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly what he was saying. It was just they would just AI. You can even see the speech and look in his mouth.
Yeah, and that's the danger.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to pay.
So now, how do you discern?
That
Yes.
pewter's
How do you
slick.
discern fact from fiction? And then when
I
it
was
comes to
just gonna ask that.
relationships, you said it right, Lays. When you start past that 40 and you're not looking to make kids. You may have an oops moment and you do what you got to do. But on the real, what do kids do when you're younger? They unify a family into a common cause, and that's to raise each other to have a better life. When those kids start to leave the house,
selfish. Kids don't give a shit.
I'm sorry, I missed you.
Yeah, respectfully, kids are selfish. They don't
No,
give
they
a
don't.
shit. They don't give a shit about nothing but what their needs are. It's not for bad intentions. Like, yo,
That's right.
I need this. We're programmed to say, nigga, I need what the fuck I need. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna act out.
And we're providers.
That's just how it's supposed to work like that. It's why, now let me give y'all some science. It's why they believe the intelligence of man is because we had to do, our kids were so vulnerable, they had to stay with us longer. So we had to create societies 100 and 150,000 to protect the children so they can learn how to survive, where the men would protect, this is all in Africa, where the men would protect the tribe and go hunt for the tribe, and the women and elders would spend more time protecting and rearing the children. That's why the human child, I don't want to get too heavy, but the human child takes so much longer to rear and adapt because there was such a vulnerable thing that they had no protection and they had to get protected by, hence the village. The family create the village protects the community. You understand what I'm saying? But back to the side, I digress, but I was just gonna give y'all some knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Some knowledge. Go ahead, Reggie. Go ahead.
No, but that's part of the narrative, bro. Is you see, and then what you're talking about. When you had community was a buffer to a woman who didn't have a man or a man who didn't have a woman. The community looked after them. They made sure they ate. They made sure they were clothed. They made sure that they were protected. And then just, out of the algorithm, out of the vibes that you get, they may end up with somebody. But the community did not let anybody go hungry or be in trouble.
The man's brother would then take his wife and marry his wife. And be like,
that's right, exactly.
He would marry the wife. Like, say if the brother went out and died, right, and got killed and had kids,
right.
The brother would marry the wife, and then he would become the head of the household. And if he were to die, the son would become the head of the household. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. That's
right.
Real.
No, that's right. And see, and that was custom. That's culture. See, that's when you have culture. Because you do things that may be outside of the social norm. What is a social norm? A social norm is what's going to make you and your community safe, prosperous, and to grow. And if you have to shift and be different from what other people perceive you to be, do what you have to do as a community, as a people, so that now we can procreate and be who we're supposed to be. Because we're the strongest things on earth. We just don't give ourselves that credit. And we don't use our muscle the way we should. Yesterday's conversation, you're right. Muscle, minerals, and mindset combined, they cannot stop us. And the algorithm of male, female, I see Coco's in here. I need some tea, Coco.
Yeah. But Reggie,
what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
I think you come in with it, but I'm here today to make you go, wait a minute. Let me think. I want to give it a little left field so you can look at other reasons why, not just what they say in the algorithm, because I hear women, they talk about it from a very surface and a very frontal lobe experience where the attack is more on the subtextual, more on your psyche. And I think we should pay attention to that. Good morning, Coco. Good morning,
guys. That's another angle, brother. That's another angle.
That's what we
You
do.
know, Bobby Womack and Sam Cooke had this issue. You know, I don't think anybody liked that Bobby Womack decided to step in and take over his brother's family. And even though that wasn't his real brother, but, you know, he had the same concept.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Because listen,
That's what
I
they did.
I don't care what you say. A family is better with a mother, a father, and mother. It's better with a woman and man in the family. That it's a deficit when it's not.
Yeah.
You can get there. You can raise your kids. You can have success. But the data will show you that is much better. Let me give you some data here. Now we get into the data point. But let me say hi to Coco first. Hey, good morning, Coco. How are you, sis?
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning, Coco La.
This is a very spirited conversation this morning.
Yes, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I see you on fire. You on fire this morning about this.
Yes.
So,
Talking Professor Lay.
Talk to me.
Professor Lays.
Yeah, talk to me about what, because I woke up late. What's going on now? What's the topic?
Okay. So we were talking about this is Mars and Venus. Is the today's algorithm and ultimately algorithms in general, are they being used as tools to separate man and women the way that separate the man and women the way that the algorithm or the social media of the time was used to do, like West Coast, East Coast beef, and to create dissension between men and women? That was the main topic. And I came in and gave Kimberly a left hook and gave her some other things to think about. But that is the one thing. The main topic.
You gave Kim a left hook now.
Yeah, I gave her a left hook. She like, oh shit.
So okay,
take that.
So I gotta tell you. Looking at your question, and being on social media, also, and understanding what the algorithm can do.
Right.
Yeah, I think that right now, when you look at it, you see I don't see a lot of young people talking about relationships when it comes to the algorithm. I see a lot of older people talking about relationships, like 35 and up.
She's nailing it. She's nailing it. There you go. Go ahead, Coco. Go ahead, Coco.
Yeah. A lot of folks are basically, and it's a distraction, honestly. When it comes to the content over everything, we're all data points. And when you think about it, when you put things out there, it is designed to actually distract you from what's really going on in the world. I mean, when it comes to relationships, we're all going to have these issues, but I think that it's more now. It's becoming more and more of a content-based point, when it comes to different perspectives on relationships. And honestly, I don't look at none of this shit and take it seriously, because people are coming from a hurt place.
Yeah.
When they post on these, when they post it out to the algorithm.
And they're only speaking to their experiences too. They're speaking to their experience, and without taking accountability for what they may have done in order to create those scenarios. It's
I
easy.
like that you said a lot of that is happening, Lays. No accountability. Working from our own experience. I mean, that's the only way we can speak from our own experiences.
Right. Well, that's why I do a collective with Mars and Venus, so that we all can speak together, so that we can't say it's only one way. Let me give you let me give y'all some stats. Single men over 40 by race in the United States. Unmarried is 48 to 52% of black men are unmarried. Never married is 24%. Divorce is another 20%. And the median income is $50,000. 40% of fathers are in other words, 40% of fathers, 60% are non-custodial, meaning there's 60% no fathers in the black community. I'm giving you this.
Wow.
These are just real math numbers, okay? Whereas in the white race, that's decreased. The Caucasian men are at 30%. 15% weren't married, and 20% are divorced, and 3% are widowed. And their median income is $75,000 dollars. And where in the difference between black, it's reverse in the white community, where 60% of white Caucasian men are fathers. Ain't that something? Hispanic community, only 38% unmarried, 18% never married, 18% divorced, 2% widow with a $40,000 median income, meaning they make less money than the brothers, but they are more likely to stay in the relationship. Hispanic people and are more likely to be fathers, though they have higher health risk than the black population. And in the Asian community, it's only 30% unmarried, 20% never married, and 10% divorced. Once the Asians get together, they stay together, and their income is at 80,000 a year. I mean, they're the highest rated income medium in the country. So what the stats are telling, these are data points. The stats are telling us that the black community, our community, is the most no fathers in our community. That's what it's saying.
You remind me of a What you're saying is
and that's an issue.
Yeah, it's reminding me of why we like and why things go viral when it's bad.
Right.
There's I think I don't know if it was during the pandemic or coming out of the pandemic, but it's reminding me of that woman who came out with like a 30 or 40 part series, and she got really famous about how she met this guy, and somehow the relationship went kind of awry because he was lying to her the whole time, and then I forgot her name, but when we look at things like that, it picks up traction because we watch these things, especially Black women. We want entitlement. We want to be validated as to why, relationships go wrong, right? We look at these types of these posts online to reestablish why we're hurt, why we're going through the things we're going through, and someone has to be responsible.
Wow.
Especially men, right? And for us, I'm saying us as Black women, we get hooked on the bad connotations of how relationships end, because what we need to do is we need to find that place where we feel validated. We need to feel the connection in that hurt. And I think that's where the algorithm starts to pick up speed when it comes to Black relationships. We always need the bad guy to validate our feelings of entitlement.
Right.
Come on, Coco.
Wow. I mean, first of all,
break it down, Coco.
Come on, Coco.
That is probably one of the most sobering statements especially coming from a woman that can look back and reflect and say, it's not always the guy. Always the guy. And also on the guy's point, it's not always the girl.
That's everything.
I mean, I rarely see the algorithm. I rarely see people get on there and say, you know what, I may have fucked up in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking the other day about my second marriage, and I said, one thing is I took accountability for my second marriage. I was like, when I used to come in the house, I used to just leave my wallet on the table because I was paying the bills, and my family she was home with the kids, and I was out there paying the bills and making sure she had money and all that stuff. And I said, I was like, I really got to accept the fact that just paying the bills wasn't enough. I had to actually be present. But remember, I'm out there fighting the fight. Sometimes I'm coming off the road, I'm exhausted, and I can't be present. I need to downregulate enough in order for me to exist. But I had to accept the fact that I may have been complicit in causing a dissension in my second marriage because I wasn't as even though I'm paying the bills. That's how I looked at it back in the day. What are you talking about? I'm killing myself out there, and you getting your bills paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you ain't got to work? You good? But obviously, I had to take the responsibility and say, "Hey, man, that's not enough because she's a human being and she needs you to be present as well." You know what I'm saying? You kind of understand where I'm going from, Coco?
Yeah. If I could jump in there. One thing, and again, I don't have children, so this is above my pay grade here.
Right.
But what I knew was that when my husband came home, I needed to give him a chance to decompress.
Right.
So I allowed him to, not allow, but the thing was, you come on in, how you doing? He's gonna go in his room or whatever, chill out. I'll bring him a glass of water or something. You want a bath or run a shower or something, and just let him chill out for a minute until he gets it back together, gets more energy, and then comes on out and joins the family. I assume that that's the way it should go in households, because the man has to generate more energy to now deal with the family after he's come from outside dealing with that.
And also, he had, right. I think that's something that maybe she might have missed, but also, but also, you're right that women do bear the responsibility of making sure after he comes home from the hunt, right? And he bring that bear in there and she's chopping it up. She's also part of her responsibility may be also to bring him back.
That's right.
He may still be having that.
That's why we're nurturers, not only for the children, for you guys as well.
Got to bring him back, and he's not a garbage can. So maybe even if you have your emotional stuff, maybe you pause on dumping it on him until he can at least be back. Bring him back first, and then hit him with all your emotional stuff. Go ahead, Coco. Wow, this is a great conversation.
Yeah. When I woke up, I was listening to you guys, and I was listening to Kim, and she said something very profound about when women, after they have their children, about reestablishing their sense of self. And I went through that. When my kids got older, I had to also relearn who I was. I didn't know who I was because I've been a mom since I was 19.
Wow.
So I, through my developmental years as an adult, it was used raising children. I didn't know who I was. I think I figured it out at like 40, 48, 47. And
Right.
It took me a while to actually reacclimate myself to, who I am, because you have to ask yourself who you are. Like when you go on an interview or anywhere, you have to identify yourself as who you are in this world and how you represent yourself. And
that's crazy that you say that, Coco, because that you lead into the left hook. You lead into the hook in the conversation, which was once you start to date after your children are grown. Well, your purpose of dating is no longer about raising children. Your purpose of dating is about companionship and how.
Right.
But if you go into the relationship using the same tactics that you would use when you were trying to raise your kids, then that becomes a little complicated because you're using the same tactics you were, as if you and the man are trying to raise and create and build a family. You're not anymore. What you're trying to do now is make the rest of your life easier today by having a companion that you guys can do the rest of your life with, more traveling, more experiences, more having time together. But the pressure of the children, especially if you still have children, is going to lean on that relationship. And then you may end up, especially some women, you may end up using the same criteria you would if you were trying to get a man to raise children with it. You kind of understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, I do. And I totally get that. But on the opposite spectrum of that, it doesn't mean that you're not a parent anymore. Even though you don't have kids to raise as they leave the nest, that doesn't take away the fact that you're still a parent. And also, that also brings into play how you look at the partner you choose as your companion. You still want that sense of familial, acknowledgement. Like, for example, if I'm dating at my age, I still want a man that is family oriented, although his kids are older too. Like, I want him to be involved in his family as well. Like, he doesn't have to raise them, but at least I know that he's still, papa to some little grandson, you know what I mean? And he's still involved in his family in a certain sense. We have that in common because I'm a mama, I'm a grandma. So I still want that guy who is my age that I'm dating to have a family oriented mindset. It doesn't mean that we have to raise the children. That's done. But at least I know that
you want Mr. Johnson around. I say Mr. Johnson. so he can
Yeah,
be
Mr.
there.
Jenkins, a
Mr.
little
Jenkins.
Mr. Jenkins,
You
a
want
little
Mr.
Mr.
Jenkins around to come in and sort of not raise the kids, but to be a male presence in the environment. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Yeah,
Get that. But then you got to. What the problem is, you got to then take into account that this man, Mr. Jenkins, may have raised his own grandkids already, and he may not be looking to be Mr. Pop to everybody, to somebody else's grandkids. He may love you, but he may like, hey, I've done that already. I'm looking for us to do.
Well, see, that's where he makes his decision, because we all have decisions to make in these situations. If that's not what you're here for, I can understand companionship, but I'm not into the children, and I have my own. This communication. I think somebody AB says you have to have the communication. If I'm not here for the upliftment of your family and to help them grow and be there, then I have to let you know that from the beginning, so that this doesn't ruin our relationship.
If Kimberly, if you never had kids, right?
Nope.
So if you're in a situation,
So I'm the one coming in on the back while you have children. I'm the one that's saying, do I want to deal with this? Because he has a whole he has a lot of children. He has the children, he has the grandchildren. Is this something I want to deal with? And I would communicate that with you prior to moving forward, because I get attached to children, so I want to make sure this is something I'm ready for as well.
Brianna Miller says, so what's the key of balancing work, children, house, and keeping a relationship intact? Where's the time? That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a very good question.
That's a
And
very good
you know
question.
what?
Managing the relationship is a job in itself.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
Mhm.
It's actually, when they talk about commitment, that is actually one of the biggest things. Like
Mhm.
when we're older, we're into our own world. We're into our own, atmosphere when it comes to how we balance not only our personal mental health, right, but work, making money, providing for not only yourself, but look, if you have other things that you take care of, you got to balance that out too. When you bring a relationship into it, you have to make space for all of these things, because everything is like a pie. You take away one slice and the whole pie, actually falls apart. When
Mhm.
you put a relationship in there, you actually have to make space to make that pie a little bit more. You have to cut that slice in a little bit. It could encompass the whole pie, but
Mhm.
when it comes to balancing out anything, not only relationships, because even with children, your work, your mental health, your ability to be able to provide anything takes commitment. So when it comes to
Yeah,
a
that's very,
relationship,
very true. Especially, if you're a man that's used to providing for your family, it becomes you can get trapped into a scenario where you're providing for people that you don't know.
Mhm.
You're providing for children, you're providing for families you don't know, because you're weighing the relationship against that, and because you're used to doing this pattern. Same thing if you're a
right,
woman who's used to nurturing, you end up taking on the burden of nurturing children that aren't yours.
right,
These are very very real things, and then
Mhm.
as if it's not your children, especially from a man's, I can speak only from a man's perspective because I'm a man, but I can tell you it's tough putting your foot on the scale of other people's children, especially when the other father is in. You have to have a relationship with the other father. Then you can make a decision on how you can put your foot on the scale. You can just be a good mentor, a good person, but putting your foot on the scale in that situation can lead to a lot of different problems, especially when it may be that whatever problems that are having with the child, especially a young girl or a young man, they
right.
can get reflected because you're a soft target in those cases, especially if they're having problems with their own parents, right? You're the odd man out, the soft target that's in there, thinking that you're doing good, just making yourself a target for all of the energy and the outlash that will come from the problems of a broken home. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
Right.
very heavy. That's a very heavy.
Now, those are the things that I dealt with again, by not having children, I'm stepping into like, wait a minute, oh gosh, how does your mother handle this, or how do you handle this? And then I have a totally different opinion because I don't have children. So that's it's a lot.
Yeah.
Just above my pay grade, which is what I said earlier.
Yeah, it's a balancing act, and even though you love that's what I mean when I say that we sometimes get in relationships for the purpose. When you get in a relationship at 40 plus, the purpose of the relationship is not about rearing children. It's about building and maintaining, and then also companionship. And you have to find how to balance that. If Coco's relationship, or whatever she gets into, or if she's in a relationship, we don't know. But whatever the situation is, the relationship is really more about how you guys are building into the next space together, not so much about you guys trying
rearing the children.
You're not going to go out there. First of all, you're not going to have children, right? And you're not going to go out there and adopt a child. Now all of a sudden be a baby, so that we got to raise a baby. That's not the plan. You know what I'm saying? Wow, what a great, God damn, this is an interesting conversation this morning. And also the algorithm plays into it, because we're talking. See, what you missed in the algorithm when you hear this Mars versus Venus stuff. This is Mars and Venus, but in the algorithm is giving you Mars versus Venus, where women are throwing shots at men and men are throwing shots at women without taking into context what the purpose of the relationship is.
Yeah,
right.
Which is
And
where the
own
conversation comes
accountability
in the beginning.
that process as well.
And also, it's easy to not take accountability for yourself on both sides of the track. Like, men don't take accountability for what they've done, whether they're cheating, they're not providing. That you can't lay on somebody's couch and expect her to love you, because after a while, all she sees a nigga laying on the couch, right? But also, you can't be a female projecting your pain from your past relationships onto the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because of the nigga that hurt you before. You know what I'm saying? But you still carry those things, and you're projecting it onto him. And now he can't exist in the space because he don't even know where to stand on, because there are wounds that he may touch that he don't know he's touching. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
And and also when you plug into the matrix, that's what I'm calling it. You look for things to self-identify, right? Like, the algorithm doesn't work unless you go into a concept in your mind of thinking negatively about relationships. Then everything that you go into the algorithm with, it feeds back everything that you're trying to reinforce, right?
Yeah.
I don't participate in those type of conversations, even online. When I start looking at people talking about their relationships, I skip it, because I'm like, you know what? I don't know what kind of time, what kind of mental capacity this person is on for them to give us this viewpoint, right? You gotta
take everything online with a grain of salt, because you don't know what's algorithm, what's AI.
Mhm.
Like we talked about Ibrahim Traore, the leader. I found in my research that some of his speeches were AI generated speeches, where they were putting words in his mouth for things that he didn't really say. You know what I'm saying? So then we go and believe all that shit. Brianna Miller says, my stepdad thought bringing home a paycheck was enough, was never emotionally available. I grew up without a father figure. Well, two things about that. I think that's a great, thank you, Brianna. Thank you for the input. One thing she said was stepdad. So the balance in that relationship, your mother has to bear the weight of how to balance the relationship with your stepdad. A lot of stepdads, depending, I don't know exactly how old you were when he got there, but a lot of times stepdads have a very tough, and stepmoms have a very tough road to hoe when it comes to dealing with the child of another person. One thing I did in my relationship was that as soon as my lady I've never had another woman getting to know my kids, but as soon as she got to know who my kids were, I started with my oldest daughter, who was an adult, and then I went to down to my youngest. The first thing I did when she started speaking to kids that weren't above age, I brought her directly to my child's mother and said, I need you guys to meet and have a conversation. Now, even though me and my ex we don't always see eye to eye, but I felt because she was the child's mother, it was very important to have the kids have another person who's going to be in that child's life speak to the mother of that child, even if me and her don't see eye to eye. And
I think that was a great move.
yeah, in your case, Brianna, there's a couple of questions I would probably have. Number one is I would probably ask, did your mother have him speak to your biological father so they can build a relationship? Because a lot of men will be standoffish, especially when dealing with a female child, because that could go wrong in so many different ways. And I think it's important that you handle that with care when you're dealing with a female child. And sometimes men will be standoffish, and the mother, we have to leave it up to your mother to manage that relationship. You guys get what I'm saying on that? Any other?
Yeah.
Hey, Lays, I'll say, and I'm just going off of my own experiences. I was in a relationship with a man who had a young son. The mother did not. He wanted to introduce me to his ex-wife. She did not want to meet me under any circumstance, but her son was in my home a lot. We actually, funny thing, we actually end up really meeting when the relationship was over.
Wow.
And then she tells me how she appreciated how I assisted with her son. And she also came to tell me that her son loves me and blah, blah, blah. And I still have a relationship with the young man today. That's afterwards.
That's unfortunate that his mother didn't want to meet you.
Yeah, she refused.
It's unfortunate because I think it's better for the children that all adults in that relationship form a united front.
But when you can't get out of your own way, Lays, like I'll say, playing devil's advocate on her behalf, she may have been so hurt by the relationship, not by the relationship ending, that she couldn't bear to speak to me, because then that really meant the relationship was over.
Yeah, but then that's a little bit of narcissism. You're making it about you and not about the family. And
which a lot of people do, right? They make it about themselves.
Yeah. Jay Famous. I know Jay Famous. I know you was on here. Johnny Famous. You on it? You on all this time, Scoop?
What up?
Did I just pocket dial you, or you on it, or you on all this time?
Nah, you just called me just now.
Oh yeah. Oh damn, boy.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's Johnny doing?
What's Johnny doing? Yeah, I'm doing the show. We were talking about Mars and Venus and about relationships and all that kind of stuff. It's funny. I didn't even mean to call School, but we were talking. Yeah. Well, anyway, it would be a long step to bring you back into the conversation, but trust me, Scoop has a whole different view on relationships, especially when you're dealing with a woman with children. So yeah, that's definitely a conversation. Yeah, man. How you doing, brother?
The show, man. I'm blessed by the best, man.
All right, bro. But listen, I'm gonna let you go because I wouldn't even bring you into this. This got so deep.
Okay.
You would have had to start from the scratch in order to get it. But we'll talk soon. Johnny Famous, everybody. That's my brother right there, Johnny. He got a new joint out.
Peace, Scoop.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Man, this has been a great show today. Oh man, I wish I'd have brought him in earlier too, to be honest with you, because he has a lot to add to this. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my only advice in relationships, number one, the internet is not your lawyer, and it's not your therapist. And you can find any opinion on the internet. Like when you do your AI, after a while, your AI gets to know you, and it starts to agree with you in order to make it's sort of playing you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the AI will start to agree with your perceptions, your opinions, and everything, and it'll start to align itself with your morals and vibe and everything. So, so just be mindful of that as a sovereign human being. Be mindful of the AI playing tricks on you. And also, it does it on the internet. The internet will play tricks on you. You'll be looking at people's stuff, and you'll be thinking, and it's an easy out. And an easier way for you to not be accountable for yourself. So everybody, pay attention to that, and also know that when you get to a certain age, be purposeful about your relationship and understand what you're doing it for. Are you doing a relationship to start a new family and raise a family? Or are you doing a relationship to have a good companion so you and them can ride off into the sunset together and have a nice life? But I want to thank everybody within the sound of my voice. You guys figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We never know. And, we always try to do our best. Brianna said, finally, I was 5. I always thought he didn't like me, though. It was my fault. That's tough because when you're that young, that is a tough thing on a
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it
is thing. God, my heart goes out to you. And let me tell you something, as we all do. I would not be opposed to getting therapy to help talk through some of these problems. Even me. I mean, at the end of the point, we all should have some kind of therapeutic understanding and maybe get somebody else to look at some of these things to give us another perspective. This show does it on some levels where people could see things that they may not have seen in that space, which I think is more important than even some of the more the funnier and more of the top frontal lobe stuff we talk about. Anyway, I want to thank everybody within the sound of my voice. Again, this has been a great show, a great week of shows, and even more informative this week, I think, guys, right?
Yeah.
You didn't even see Lindsay that much this week.
At all.
Yeah, I know.
Missed him.
I don't even.
Man. Oh, Mace. Where's Mace?
I don't even. Yo, Killer. I just want to say, Killer. I don't like niggas without mustaches. Hi, like this, Lindsay. When you travel, could you not put me in the carry-on thing? Could you just put me in the regular with the dogs? Shut up, Lindsay. I want to thank everybody within the sound of my voice. This is Uncle Lace from Morning Emails. We got about another week before we take a break. Next week, I did talk to Byron Kirkland. He'll be on next week. We're going to finally get that one done. And also, everybody else, enjoy yourself. We're going to celebrate my brother Lonnie Jones in Jamaica. My boys are going to celebrate him in Jamaica. Lonnie, I may not be there, but rest in peace to the great pro shop Lonnie Jones. I love you, brother. And also, shout out to all my guys out there doing their thing and getting ready for this graduation and summer season. For the beautiful Kimberly Robinson and the vivacious, I like that, and the vivacious Coco Dreams.
Hey.
Thank you, Reginald Maynard, my man D Parks, and everybody that jumped in. Even my man Scoob jumped in here this morning, vibing. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend, and we will see y'all on Monday. Have a great weekend.
See ya. Have a good weekend,
See you guys.
Yes.
Oh, Brianna Miller. All right. Come on now.
Yeah, Brianna. We love you. Thank you for coming in, Brianna.
Yes.
OG, thank you. Thank you, OG.